So hey guys, what's up? Sayano here, back with another Soccer Spirits video. This video is different than my usual videos, as you can probably tell by the title screen. This video, is a guide video for one of my friends, Trick. Trickster is his well, not his ING. It's his ID for Line. He's from my Line SS chat group. He's right here. He's not really bright at the game. He's lacking quite a bit behind, as you can see on here. And his profile, real quick. As you can see, he's only the highest floor he's ever gotten to is 18 floors in Colo. He hasn't done much arena. He hasn't gotten past Silver League. He's not that great at the game, basically. And he would like my help. Well, I rejected him to teach him the basics for like 15,000 times before I'm making this video. I'm making this video, you know, just for him, for his guide and shit. But before I get started, I just want to make some clarifications and everything. I'm currently at work. I'm at a family restaurant where I usually do my videos. So I might get interrupted and stuff. So I think I could pause the recording days with the new mobile update. So that shouldn't be much of a problem, honestly. This is gonna be one of my longer videos. It's gonna take. I think I might do this in parts, just because my schedule's pretty busy. Like my schedule, I'm pretty busy. I have school and everything, so I will be going home quick, like sooner or later. So this video probably won't. It'll be as long as it can. Basically, it'll be as long as it can, but it won't be all that long. So yeah, so this will probably be in parts. This is the Soccer Spirits guide, just basically, you know, just teach it. I can't speak, but basically it's all the basics a player needs to know, you know, like pen power, all that stuff. So honestly, without further ado, we should probably just get into this, because, you know, this video is probably going to be like a few parts long, like 1 or 2 parts or 3 parts or something like that, you know, because you really have a lot to cover. When you really begin Soccer Spirits, you really have a lot to cover. Like, you have to learn a lot of info. Usually, actually, the game usually covers all the info. Like, they're really generous when it comes to that. They usually teach you all the info. So you really don't have to learn too much. But Trick isn't all that good at learning by himself. He needs people to help him, you know, teach him bit to bit. So that's why I'm making this video. I hope I'm not talking too fast for him. I don't know, but you know. So let's just get started, I guess. At the end of this video, I'll probably do it. Actually, no, I don't think so. So I get my 50 crystals at 10 o'clock, and it's only 9:38. So I'll probably be home by then. But we'll see. We'll see how much we can record. So first off, he's not that great at call. No, I'm gonna start off with formations first, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna start off with formations first. So, PvP formations. PvP formations, you usually want a striker. Of course, you want a striker. A striker usually, you know, their active shots are usually one of the most important parts of them. And then you want to go for passives that just increase their attack power. So actually no, so a striker, you know, specializes with its increased attack power of a shot, everything. Stones for strikers, you usually want to go with crit rate, because crit rate and other stuff. You will usually want to do crit rate because, well, this is the meta of crit resist, and strikers usually always have to rely on crit damage and everything. You do literally no damage without crit damage. I mean, there's always Ravian, who does a couple hundred without crit, but she has gravity down. So crit rate is pretty important. Next up, you want dribble. Dribble is basically get out of here. Dribble. You know, let's just cover the stats first, because I'll just make it easier to explain everything. So you have four major stats: power, technique, vitality, and speed. Power is divided into, power is pretty much dribble and steal power. The dribble is well, I'm pretty sure you can read it on here, but you know, its ability, it's the basic damage output thing. Steal is just the ability of a defender to steal the ball. I don't really believe that. Like, steal almost has nothing to do with it. Like, the game explains a lot of things, but usually the explainings aren't really accurate. Steal is, you can get up to like a couple of thousand steals, and the steal number just goes higher and higher with like a pass or something, or just steal. I believe it's just the overall damage you do on a steal. Like basically like when you shoot or penetrate, that's dribble, and when you steal, it's just steal. Pass, that's pretty easy. That's self-explanatory. Explains that in the tutorial, for God's sake. You pass and then you gain more attack from passing. Action speed, it's just, you know, your speed, the ability to move quicker. You know, once your action bar is full, you get another turn, and and that's why speed is really important sometimes, because you know, if they can't move but you can move, you can do multiple turns and attack them multiple times before they even get a chance to attack. Sorry if I'm talking a bit fast, I feel like I am. Critical, that's just crit rate. You know, it's the chance of inflicting critical damage, and critical damage is the increased damage of critical hit. Crit damage is pretty important, because there's nothing you can really block that. Like, that's why the crit resist meta right now is super huge, because people back then was all about DR, because DR was just, you know, you can decrease inflicted damage by enemy. You know, the higher you have, the less damage you take, but you could just build up pen power and negate that. You know, ignores enemy defense or reduction at a certain amount of defense, or a certain amount of defense and stuff. Defense is more or less one of the most useless stats. Don't really care. You shouldn't care about defense at all. Defense does actually decrease the damage you take when you're getting penetrated and stuff. But in order for it to actually do that, your defense needs to be at an insane amount, like a couple 3Ks and stuff. So it's really not that worth it. Decreased damage, yeah, so critical damage, you really can't stop it from happening. The higher you have critical damage, the better, but of course you need to crit first. So yeah, we talked about, and next one, HP, you know, it's hit points. You're out of HP, you're dead. It's simple. Reflexes, it's more or less one of the most important parts of the game at the moment, and it's the reason why my Kyrio sucks. But reflex, yes, the higher reflex you have, you can get a counterattack. Like, you can steal the ball without actually having to go and steal the ball. Like, if an enemy attacks you or penetrates you, you can get the ball. You can snag the ball without you actually having to steal it. The higher reflex, the better. And they can steal from you as well. And if you actually go for a steal, the higher reflex you have, the better it is, the easier it is to steal. Counterattack resistance is pretty much just, you know, resisting your reflexes. The higher you have counterattack resistance, the more easy it is to ignore opponents' reflexes. So basically, if my Kyrio, you know, had like 30% critical resist, you can ignore like some amount of reflex, basically. Recovery, you know, it's self-explanatory. Dang it, I can't speak. Critical resistance, you know, just the resistance against an enemy's critical rate. Penetration power, you should know that. So if you want to get dribble and steal power and stuff, you should go for power stat. If you want to go for reflexes and, you know, pretty much that's about reflexes and speed, you want to go for, well, actually no, I don't know. Yeah, if you want to pass more and reflexes, that's technique. Vitality, it's HP and stuff. It's pretty much explanatory, and speed is speed. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I covered it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry guys, but yeah, as you can see, my butt rice is pretty weak. I mean, I don't know. So Another stone you would want to have for your striker is dribble. You know, increases more dribble, more stuff. I have pretty nice substats in this pure abyss right now, so that's why I'm using it. This unstoppable ice core has pretty bad substats. I'm planning to remove this in the future. I mean, it's my first unstoppable core, so it's pretty bad. But yeah, increases receiving pass effect. That's another thing I haven't mentioned. Screw you, my Wi-Fi is perfect. It's 4G. Because Frontier Wi-Fi sucks. In receiving pass effect, so basically when someone passes to you, like if you don't have increased receiving pass effect, they would normally pass for like 600 or something like that. But if you have increased receiving pass effect, they might pass to you for 800 and stuff like that. And this is penetration power. You know, it's pretty useful because you don't want to get stomped by like all those Kais out there with decreased inflicted damage. You know. But Kai's pretty dead weight, like he's pretty easy to beat. So that's about it for a striker. Leaders. Actually I should probably talk about totems. Yeah, so it's perfect that I'm talking about Meridian. Totems. Trick doesn't know what a totem is. Totem usually when you look at passives, if it's red, like the background color is red, it's usually not a totem. But if the background color is blue, it's usually a totem skill. So like Inspiring Eye, that's a totem. It increases the reflex and critical rate within the position. So like as in like if I have Meridian in the front line, everyone else in the front line is gonna get infected, including Meridian, by that skill. Everyone in the front line will more or less have their crit rate and reflexes increased by 30%. Like if I take out Meridian, Butt Rice's okay, never mind. Butt Rice's scribbles automatically, but like Butt Rice's crit rate is base 108%. If in battle, if I reach the front line, Butt Rice's crit rate will actually be 103%, 30% because of Inspiring Eye, and I feel like I have to go soon. Imperial Aura, that's also a totem skill. It increases the entire team's attack power and action speed by 8 times, accumulated up to 8 times. So this skill will stack up to 8 times, like 4%. 8 times, let's see, 8 times 4, that's 32% for 45 minutes entire game time. But Meridian isn't that fast, so she probably won't get all those stacks in, so yeah. Oh, wait. Leader stones, I don't know. Leader stones, depends on the leader. You might, like, shit, sorry, I have some pretty shit stones here. I have a lot of stones, actually, I can switch out, but basically on a leader, you usually want, oh my god, my Wi-Fi isn't even that bad, screw you, King. But basically, on a leader, you want reflex, pretty much, and HP, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, leaders have a good base amount of reflex, so I guess reflex and some DR, you know, some passing stones or HP, they'll all work. Sorry about the sound you're hearing. It's probably my mother mopping the floors. Probably have to go to a different place now, actually. 1 second. Alright, so, basically, as I was saying before I got knocked up out of the game by freaking soccer spirits, you usually just want, DR or just reflex or some stuff like that. I don't know. I actually don't have much stones that are really that good, I guess. I can put on a passing stone. I don't know. Stars. I don't know. Who cares? I'll just leave it. I don't. It's not a big deal. Let's go on to my Nezzy right now. It's pretty obvious what you want on a passer. You want pass effect. For all passers, you mainly want a red passing stone, just because of the recovery for spirit. It's pretty important, like for dual actives and stuff, it's pretty important that you recover spirit. And spirit's just good to have overall in general. I have action speed just because so she can, pass first and stuff. Reflex, of course, all that stuff. Reflex is always good on assist because, reflex. for attacker like Duke or something, for attackers you usually want a Wicked Abyss, which is in their Prism slot. You usually want a Wicked Abyss in their Prism slot because endgame is all about speed. Like, the reason why Beth and Metatron are so important in endgame status is just because they can recover action speed. Like, one Angel Slight II, which is 15% action speed, can fuck up your entire game. And a Beth active can make you lose as well. So the action speed pretty dang important. Otherwise, like, dribble stones, crit rate stones, and reflex stones are also welcome on an attacker. Elizabeth, she's a leader, so I don't need to talk about her. For defenders, like Quiyu, more reflex, DR and all that stuff, I guess. For assists, yeah, that's an assist. I don't really need to talk about that. Yuri and Kiki are actually special totems. Like, Yuri is pretty much the best PvE totem you want for just raw damage. I mean, look at that. Increase attack power within position by 35%. Max HP and pass effect by 35%. Counter attack resistant pass effect. Oh my god, it's pretty good. You know, it's pretty good. Now let's go on to GK. Goalies, I actually have Kai in PvE mode right now. With his, crit light stones for recovering HP every time he crits. Because if you want to go Kai for PvE, you pretty much need 2 crit light stones because Kai survives off of them. He isn't like Sabrori and all the other GKs. He doesn't recover HP when people attack him. So this is his way of surviving. Like, even though he does take not a lot of damage with his DR, with his just, you know, DR decrease inflicted damage, but he still takes damage, and, you know, you can't always, unless you have a Sammy or something, you can't just heal her back right away. And because his skills, you know, increase attack power by 10% and decrease inflicted damage by 15%. Ah, crap.